My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
So let's go to the next tweet. I thought there was another video. There's one link that I put. It has a lot of other videos. So this is another one here. Absolutely. Why would she, Meghan, come to the coronation of a woman who invited Jeremy Clarkson after that horrible piece he wrote in The Sun? There's this person. Why should Meghan come to the coronation? They, Harry and Meghan, can do nothing right. At Jeremy Vine. Okay, so let's see here. How many minutes? A minute and 19 seconds.
Of course, look at the way the hatred has been whipped up in this country. Why would she come to a coronation of a woman who invited Jeremy Clarkson after that horrible, horrible piece he wrote in The Sun, saying he hated her in a cellular way, and he wanted...
Before, the lunch with Clarkson and Camilla
was after.
Oh, I thought it was before.
No.
Right.
And Piers Morgan has been hounding her. Why should Meghan come?
Okay.
And actually...
I know what she's talking about. The picture that they were taking going to lunch, I thought it was before. I really thought it was before, but she's saying it's after. But let's continue.
As for the booze, there are millions of people here who absolutely are on the side of Harry and Meghan.
But why do you loathe the royal family so much?
Because
you do. You loathe them.
Yeah, I do. I'm a Republican.
You take great joy.
I am a Republican. It's a perfectly legitimate and respectable position.
There's nothing wrong with it, but the majority of people rather like the royals.
But
they rather
my
like
argument,
King
you're
Charles.
just...
Well, that's her opinion and that's yours. I mean, you expect her to like the royal family when the royal family is not really, really there to helping the people. They claim they should be there to help the people, but from what we're seeing, they're not really helping. So this is her opinion. You should respect her opinion.
Overriding what I've just said.
Exactly.
A lot of people actually are on the side of Meghan and Harry, and they can do nothing right. If she had come, they were already saying they will attract all the attention away from Charles and his Camilla. Now she's not coming. They're attacking her for another reason.
Well,
absolutely wrong.
Maybe
it's wrong.
Okay, when more people are talking, at least the nonsense, the secretive, the cat out of the box is showing up, because it seems like for some people, if people don't spell it out for people to see and understand, they can't read between the lines. I'm not saying I'm a genius or anything like that, but certain things people need to spell out to me. But when you see people's behavior, action and mannerism and certain things, you could assume their attention. Okay, you don't wait until they slap you in the face, but some people need other people to spell out the royal family intention and the royal rights intention of what they're doing, because they're repeating the same thing over and over and over again. Some people are too busy to pay attention to those mannerisms, to those reaction, those secretive things. Not everybody have time to follow those things, so this is why they usually get away with this. When I say they, the royal family, the royal rights, the papers and stuff like that, because other people are so busy with their lives, they're trying to put food on the table, when in fact people need to learn to juggle all of this stuff. Every nonsense that is being put on the paper, take a pick. Okay, you don't need to consume it to the fullest. Take a pick. When you have time, it will pop up in your brain and then you could search it. Okay, people need to pay attention, so that way when they come and slap you on your face, or when, let's say, before you know it, let's say 62 is the age of retirement. Nope, because you were too busy getting up every morning, trying to put food on the table, you thinking of whatever. Okay, work your butt off, And then when you're about to retire, you're 61 and a half, you're thinking, okay, when I hit 62, I'm gonna retire. Guess what? Nope, they just raised the age. You have to be 70 something. Okay, this is why you need to pay attention. Okay, you're working hard. Yes, you need to work, but pay attention, because these people are gonna make you work until you die. Meanwhile, they're having 50,000 plane, jets here, house here. They could fly anywhere they want. You need to pay attention. I mean, I'm not jealous about that thing, but if they're making their things fairly and being equally with everybody, I don't care if anybody have 50,000 airplane. These things need to be maintained and pay people to take care of all of this. I'm not about all that. But the simple people who's trying to make ends meet and then wants to put food on the table, let them live their lives. You don't need to make them work till they're there, till they die. So this is why people need to pay attention. I don't know. I went off with this. So is there any comment? Let's read some of the comments here. Okay, I'm not sorry to say this, but they can't expect to be welcomed with open arms when he has just published a book slating the royal family. He didn't slate anybody. Okay, he just told his truth. I took a screenshot of something I put on my other video. Not this morning's video. Yesterday, someone put, I think something Bao put something on his book, 2021, and then there's Harry 2022 or 2023. He confirmed his side of the story. Okay, the same thing with the Oprah interview. 4 years since Harry and Meghan got together, you're hearing nonsense non-stop. You didn't hear a beep from Harry and Meghan when the tabloid was running wild with their nonsense. But as soon as Meghan and Harry tell their side of the story, people will say, they should shut their mouth. They should. So there's Harry and there's Meghan, who's not going to the coronation. They're still talking about her. So they need to tell their side of the story. Okay, spot on, Yasmin. Camilla should have apologized. I'm gonna go into this. Let me read what's there and then move on. Okay, King Charles, though cool, is being booed every day because he is a mean and nasty, to cheating homewrecker being crowned. Being a Republican, as I am too, doesn't mean you sit back and watch a young woman insulted and spitefully treated and accepted it because they formed the royal family. I'm glad she's not coming for her own sanity and self-esteem. That's it. Okay, Harry was always going to come to coronation. He's 6th in line. If I was Meghan, I would also have stayed at home with children and celebrate my son's birthday. I wouldn't trust anyone at palace to look after my children. Yep, that's another thing too. Plus, media seems to be encouraging people to boo her. That's the other thing. Salt Island, it said Meghan isn't coming because whether they admit it or not, they love and hate her equally. She is miles more interesting than any other member of the royal family. Alright, so I say I'm gonna go into this. Okay, I'm not sorry to say this, but they can't expect to be welcomed with open arms when he was just published a book slating the whole family. Okay, let's see here. Irish Spare by Prince Harry was a book slating that awful family, but the book humanized those awful people in a way that awful tabloid mouthpieces have never before managed to do. As to your other point, he's welcome, then you see the release, and now they upset Meghan's not coming. Maybe read the book and context they have said about the book. It's very different to what the media have said about it. That's the thing here. They never asked to be welcome or to attend. They were invited and put in a peculiar situation. Harry is being welcomed with open arms, and it was Meghan's own choice not to attend. That's exactly that. Tell me you haven't read the book without telling me you did not read the book. Okay, they treated her horribly well before the book. Okay, ask Charles, who wrote a book about his parents. That's why you can see how cold and absent they were in the crown. All right, next tweet. There's more comment, but I'm moving on. Oh my God, 51 minutes. Okay, it's another video. Okay, we seriously need to give Archewell one her flower for this read. It was fire. Okay, let's see here. Essential. Where was Charles' respect for Meghan that they want her to show for him? Okay, 45 seconds.
Say, I'm sorry. I really love this story. I love the story about, oh, please show some respect. Well, where was the respect when they didn't show up for Lilibet's christening? Where was the respect when the Queen was on her deathbed and Charles said, Harry, you come but don't bring her? Where was the respect if this performative father-in-law who walked her down the aisle showing such support but failed once at all to support her, to show any kind of allegiance to her, to protect her from this tsunami of racism,
the criticism that they weren't there at the christening is ridiculous. The christening was in California. There's no way that you could have suddenly magicked the king and the rest of the family over there. But you can also say the fact that
I really love this.
I would love to hear more from that, what the other lady was saying. Is that the lady who said, what is it, Kate, keep her mouth shut or something like that?
One of the reasons Catherine is so popular amongst certain demographics, and I'm going to say older people and men, is because she says absolutely nothing. She's a good little girl who keeps quiet and doesn't complain, doesn't do anything, doesn't rock the boat, and is a very traditional, old-fashioned, mute woman.
Okay, so no heavy bashing on my timeline today. Do it on your own timeline. Thank you. I can see that. All right, she's amazing. Egg and Mumbles have no problem flying to Boston for the PR disaster that was her flap. That's another thing. Okay, she keeps it real. That's right. Okay, I love when she drag with logic. They get flustered and can't refute the fact she point out. So the goalpost is moved once again to fit their crumbling narrative. The world see through. Okay, yes, Dr. Scholler was fantastic. Give her all the flowers. There's that, exactly. Doctor shows up with receipt. Thank you. Okay, make it plain. Just answer the question. Where was the respect for Meghan? That's it. Yes, and I did. Dr. Scholler did great and she was on fire. Okay, there's the fire, the flower. Okay, thank you. Spot on Scholler. There's that. Okay, let's go to the next tweet. Another video. There's that. Right. Yeah, that wasn't the same. There she is. She was the one who said the reason that the other one is keep her mouth shut. She keep little girl and whatever. I have that clip somewhere. Okay, it's a bit of a problem for King Charles III and Camilla when a right-wing show on a right-wing channel have all the panelists say they are not interested in the coronation and admit Charles' strategy is about avoiding board. Okay, avoiding board. Yeah. Yelp. Okay, 1 minute and 15 seconds.
But have they now missed the boat to get that application in?
Yeah, I think
so there can't be a flurry of late applicants.
It doesn't show great enthusiasm.
Okay, which of us around this room, which of us is actually excited? I'm going to just say I'm actually not excited.
I'm not excited about it. I find it really difficult, you know, I'm not...
Where's the glamour? There's no glamour,
Charles and Camilla, I mean, they're
yeah,
very exciting.
I'm excited for the amount of work we're going to get around it. Like for my own
I'm excited about that.
Yeah,
exactly. Winning this.
But think about all the acts that are performing as well. They could have been acts that were doing it like 20 years ago. So many people, modern acts, turned down the opportunity to perform that.
People like Adele did. And just coming back to Kevin, your point about the level of scrutiny on the procession. One of the reasons, so the sort of subtext of that is they were worried again about booers along. They wanted to keep the procession short so that the crowds would be bigger, and also the fact, they are basically Catholic, and they're going down the same route and then back up the same route. So the same people are going to see the royal couple twice.
Oh no, they're good.
It's going to be really ridiculous, I think. Now you've probably noticed some of these.
Okay, all right. Let's see. Let's pause it. Okay, is this the same woman on GMB who said Meghan didn't come because she feared being bored, and that recent poll show her popularity is in minus? And here they are talking about the lack of glamour at the coronation. This so-called journalist or clown. Yep, the same one who dismissed the issue of Charles being bored, saying he has more support. Oh my goodness. The day after Meghan declined, where's the glamour? Yep, I thought that too. Okay, after this, that's it. The black guy anti-Meg. No, although he's not full out squad material, and sometimes when he's among haters on a panel, he can giggle along when they have a joke at her expense. He's not cool himself and generally makes point in their favor. What it clearly shows you is what I've said all along as well. They don't love the royals, they just hate Meghan. And this is supposed to be their target audience. These are the people they aim to please by mistreating the biracial Duchess. Anyway, they will reap all the evil they have waged against Meghan. Okay, there it is right there. Wow, their tone is so dismissive and casually disrespectful. Millions are being spent on the corny and they are marking the event, and this is supposed to be a friendly network full of supporters speaking to his base. Chucky, you endanger girl. Alright, next tweet. Now, I think this one has a long thread of other videos. Let's see here. The right-wing guy said Meghan will be booed. Yasmin says that's because of the media inciting hate, but that actually Meghan and Harry are loved by millions. Okay, 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Alone, 0207 862 2222. Give us a call. Here is the number for you. Buckingham Palace has confirmed Harry will attend his father's coronation service at Westminster Abbey in a few weeks' time. But just Harry. His wife Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, will remain in California with their children, Archie and Lilibet. And that's reported the decision could be because it's Prince Archie's 4th birthday on May the 6th, the same day as the coronation. Prince Harry is reportedly only attending the service and may not return to Buckingham Palace with the rest of the royal family, so he's unlikely to appear on the palace balcony. So we're getting a bit of a shape of it, Jerry, aren't we? Do you think Harry should have said, look, I either come with my family or I don't come?
No. He's a troubled lad, and I feel very sorry for him.
What?
This story is really reconciliation between father and son. This is the most important day of his dad's life, and he should be there for it. But everything aside...
Okay, so isn't he showing? Harry is a troubled lad with all of the nonsense that goes, the pedophile. Oh my God, something is wrong with these people. Something is wrong with these people over there. Oh my God. Harry was the only sane person over there and they're claiming he's a troubled lad.
It's going to happen. I think if Meghan had come, there would have been a major distraction. Everyone would be looking at her, there'd be boos from the crowd. Harry might get boos from the crowd. There'd be boos from the crowd. Harry might get boos from the crowd. There'd be boos from the crowd. Harry might get boos from the crowd.
Not my king! 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 Charles, why are you wasting our money on your pointless parade? Charles, why are you wasting money on your pointless parade, Charles?
There'd be boos from the crowd. Harry might get boos from the crowd.
You can hear people booing you, Charles! Charles, you're going to answer your critics. Why didn't you put inheritance tax, Charles? Charles, why didn't you put inheritance tax? Are you going to answer your critics, Charles? How about you and me in live debate, Charles? Answer your critics. Go on, Charles. Why are you wasting our money on your parade, Charles? Not my king! Not my king! Not my king!
Harry might get boos from the crowd.
Not my king! 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 Come on, Charles! Is that what they call coronation chicken? The king who runs away?
Harry might get boos from the crowd. Her, there'd be boos from the crowd. Harry might get boos from the crowd. Her, there'd be boos from the crowd. Harry might get boos from the crowd. But you don't want to detract from a really, really, really important ceremony for his dad.
The reporting of it last night, yes.
So these people are psychic. They know how the people were gonna react. So the people were gonna boo. Is like a preemptive kind of thing here. They know people are gonna boo, maybe throwing eggs, whatever. But whatever.
Did suggest that Meghan was worried about booze.
Well, of course, look at the way the hatred has been whipped up in this country. Why would she come to a coronation of a woman who invited Jeremy Clarkson after that horrible piece he wrote in The Sun saying he hated her in a cellular way and he wanted...
The lunch with Clarkson and Camilla
was after.
Oh, I thought it was before.
No.
Okay, so that's where this story starts. Okay, so I'm getting it from the beginning. There's more videos below.
No.
Right.
And Piers Morgan
has
been hounding her. Why should Meghan come? And actually, as for the booze...
Not my king! Not my king!
And actually, as for the booze, there are millions of people here who absolutely are on the side of Harry and Meghan.
Why do you loathe the royal family so much?
Because
you loathe them.
Yeah, I do. I'm a Republican.
You take great joy.
I am a Republican. It's a perfectly legitimate and respectable position.
There's nothing wrong with it, but the majority of people rather like the royals.
Okay, so that's their choice.
You're just overriding what I've just said.
Oh, well,
a lot of people.
Okay.
Alone.
Let's see here. Jenny Bond joined the discussion and said the public find Meghan divisive and it is the media that has done this. Plus Harry suing the media means they won't be nice. Caller 1 loves Harry and wishes Meghan was coming and challenges Jenny saying Harry was not rude. Was it? Late. Okay, I don't know what's this word. Okay. 2 minutes and 17 seconds.
But my argument, you're just overriding what I've just said.
Oh, well.
A lot of people actually are on the side of Meghan and Harry, and they can do nothing right. If she had come, they were already saying they will attract all the attention away from Charles and his Camilla. Now she's not coming. They're attacking her for another reason.
Well,
absolutely wrong.
Maybe this is unfair. This is the front page of The Sun, which says that the king was there for you, Meghan, on your wedding day because he gave her away in the absence of her own father.
I spoke about this, I think, in video 1 this morning. Okay, and I went on a long rant. I don't know if it was this tweet that I did, but little did we know the backstabbing that was going behind the scene to make the dad to mess up the wedding and all of this. I spoke about this in another video, I think this morning video.
So sad you can't make it for him. Let's just get a comment from the former royal correspondent Jenny Bond, and I don't know whether in some ways this is the best outcome for King Charles, Jenny.
Oh, I think it is. You know, Charles wants both his sons there, and he is said to be very pleased that Harry is coming. I've a lot of sympathy with what Yasmin was saying. I mean, Meghan has had a terrible press, and she would be a divisive figure if she came over. Now, I'm sure she doesn't wish to be a divisive figure, but that is the fact of the matter. She divides opinion very, very strongly.
Finally, the second son of Diana got hitched. Hooray.
She divides opinion very, very strongly.
I also know that you've come to know me well enough over all these years to trust that the woman I chose as my wife upholds the same values as I do.
She divides opinion very, very strongly.
And she does. And she's the same woman I fell in love with.
She divides opinion very, very strongly.
The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back.
She divides opinion.
Is not one I made lightly. It was so many months of talks after so many years of challenges. And I know I haven't always gotten it right, but as far as this goes, there really was no other option.
Wait. She divides opinion. Is Meghan telling people what to think? Or is it those people who already made up their mind? Oh my God. Am I missing something from the... or maybe my English is not that good. Is there some psychological thing that's going on over there that it's completely freaking insane? How is Meghan is supposed to tell people how to think? I need that freaking power. I need that.
Be a much smoother ride with just Harry here. And I've also thought, you know, it's going to be a fleeting visit apparently. It's not beyond the bounds of possibility that he'll come over, go to the service, be free by about, 12:30, jump on maybe a private plane or from a London airport and get back in time for a late supper with his birthday boy. I don't know, that may be in his mind. But I think it's good that he's coming and that he's coming alone.
Pictures are from the time when the Queen died, and one thing we were told that maybe if Harry and Meghan came it would be distracting. Actually, it wasn't, Jenny, was it? They did this rather wonderful walk, the so-called Fab Four, and they didn't cause any distraction from what was a very, very somber time.
Oh my God, they didn't cause any distraction. Who the hell is creating the distraction? What the F is wrong with these people? Something is magically wrong over there. Something is wrong with these people who have the mic, who's spewing this nonsense. What is missing? I'm not getting. How is it people, Harry and Meghan, cause trouble when the people who's freaking writing... Okay, maybe if every newspaper stop writing, maybe there won't be any distraction. How is that? And those people who have the mic stop talking about Harry and Meghan. Maybe that will be the point where things stop. Because I don't see how Harry and Meghan could control people. I don't know. This control thing, that magical power they're giving Harry and Meghan, it's unbelievable.
Well, we all made a big fuss about that walk, the four of them together. We are now told that Catherine allegedly felt that was the hardest walk of her life, to be so close to Harry and Meghan again.
That was the thing that was going on Saturday when I was on vacation, and I was reading it, and I couldn't find the tweet to share with you when I was recording when I came back. Yes, the lady just said it. What is it on Twitter? It was going around that this was her hardest thing to do, walking around next to Harry and Meghan. Okay. Meanwhile, they were the one who called Harry and Meghan to come and walk with them. Go watch my videos around that time, because I came with tweets that explain everything. I don't know, maybe some of my tweets are good for documentation. All right, listen to her.
Was the hardest walk of her life, to be so close to Harry and Meghan again. We all thought perhaps it was the beginning.
All right, let's continue. Listen to this. Caller 1 loves Harry and wishes Meghan was coming and challenges Jenny, saying Harry was not rude. Okay, I read this already. Is she repeating the same thing? Yeah, that's the thing here. All right, let's just play the videos.
Perhaps it was the beginning. It was the beginning of a truce. It seems it wasn't that. But you're right, to an extent, they kept a low profile, as they did at the Jubilee. And that could have been the case again. But it is the public who find her a divisive figure. And why did they do that? Well, for a number of reasons, one of which is us.
That's right.
Media, because we divide opinion, we take sides.
Thank you. This is the thing I was saying. I don't understand how Harry and Meghan can tell people what to think when they don't even come out and say a damn thing. They tell their truth. Netflix and the Spare. She finally making sense to me now. Okay, everything is not fully lost.
It's the media, because we divide opinion, we take sides, particularly the tabloids. Of course, you have to remember Harry is suing the Mirror Group, the Mail Group, and the Sun as well, I believe. So they're not going to be very well disposed towards either Harry or Meghan. But it is us, the media, and I think we should actually accept that, okay, it's been a long old road. They've been very rude in taking so long to say whether or not they're coming. Quite a simple question. We now know Harry is coming. Let's go.
Okay, I sort of understand her, but we have to understand Harry's perspective. As a matter of fact, I think Harry should have waited longer. Okay, the closer he gets to the coronation, that's when he should say, just leave a seat or 2 empty seat. He shows up. Okay, because his security is a major problem. Okay, this is priority for him. His security. They took everything away from him. His home is no longer his anymore. The Fragmore. Okay, so everything that he thought that was secure for him is taken away from him. So he should wait, I would say, the night before. For all I care, I'm coming. That's it. Okay, the same way they, they acting or behaving around him, the same way he should react back to them. All right, let's continue.
Get on with the coronation. Focus on the king and his queen, and let's not talk about Harry anymore.
Sean is in Cardiff. Hi, Sean.
Good morning, young man. How are you?
Well, all the better for your kind greeting. Do you think Harry should be on his own at this?
I think it's the best compromise. As
right.
you know, Harry's my boy, and I just want everyone to leave him alone. I think it's going to be terribly hard for him to come, but I think where history is concerned, it's his father. And the thing is, in response to what Jenny has just said, how do you know that he hasn't been speaking to his father's people for weeks on end? You say he's been very rude in not replying, but you don't know what conversations they've been having. And I'm glad he's there. It's a shame Meghan's not coming, but I think it will cut down on all the hullabaloo.
Yes, it might.
He's my boy, Jeremy. You know I love him.
Well, I know you love Harry. You must feel very sorry for him, the pounding he takes.
Well, why are people so interested?
Oh well, I think we're interested. He's Diana's son. He's the grandson of the son of the king, right? So he's the grandson of the late Queen. My goodness, he's a figure of consequence. And he wrote a book. He wrote a book.
Yeah. Do you think a lot of what he is doing or has?
Oh, this color is good. Let's continue. Listen, I'm not gonna read the caption anymore.
A lot of what he is doing or has done has a lot to do with doing it for Diana. What do you think?
Oh, you're asking me? Yeah, I think a lot of this is rerunning the Diana script, and I think.
He's still
thank you for saving me from answering that.
12-year-old boy. He's still that 12-year-old boy. And I reviewed the book, and it really isn't the way our press has presented it.
Exactly.
When you read the book, you see that hurt boy all through it.
Thank you, Sean. Kathleen in the West Midlands.
And
what
the
do you
thing
think?
is
Should
that,
he be coming on his own?
and the thing is that if the tabloid would not leave him alone, none of this, the open interview, the docu-series, the spare book would not been written if they had just left him alone.
The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly. It was so many months of talks after so many years of challenges.
If they had just left him alone.
And I know I haven't always gotten it right, but as far as this goes, there really was no other option.
Serious, the spare book would not been written if they had just left him alone.
What I want to make clear is we're not walking away, and we certainly aren't walking away from you. Our hope was to continue serving the Queen, the Commonwealth and my military associations, but without public funding.
If they had just left him alone.
Unfortunately, that wasn't possible.
Because the whole plan for him and his wife was to work. They came to work.
I know the fact that she'll be really unbelievably good at the job part of it as well is obviously a huge relief to me, because she'll be able to deal with everything else that comes with it. But no, you know, we're a fantastic team. We know we are, and
because the whole plan for him and his wife was to work. They came to work.
And we hope to, you know, over time, try and have as much impact for all the things that we care about as much as possible.
I am very excited about that, yeah.
And Meghan, given your acting and the profile you had, you'd already been involved in various causes. You've been an ambassador for UN Women.
Because the whole plan for him and his wife was to work. They came to work.
What about this new role? I mean, you're going to have a bigger platform, a bigger voice. What do you want to do with it?
I think what's been really exciting as we talk about the transition of this out of my career but into the role is that, as you said, the causes that have been very important to me I can focus even more energy on, because very early out of the gate I think you realize once you have access or a voice that people are willing to listen to, with that comes a lot of responsibility.
Was to work. They came to work.
Which I take seriously. And at the same time, I think in these beginning few months and now being boots on the ground in the UK, I'm excited to just really get to know more about the different communities here, smaller organizations who are working on the same causes that I've always been passionate about.
Because the whole plan for him and his wife was to work. They came to work
under this umbrella. And also being able to go around to the Commonwealth, I think it's just the beginning of a...
There's a lot to do.
Really?
There's a lot to do.
They show what they could do, and then the hate campaign went on, and they had to chase them out. At some point, they need to live their lives. If they had just left them alone, let them do the thing with the lazies, feel threatened, being overshadowed. I mean, they have hands and feet and they have a brain to think. Why don't they come up with things? They have all the resources, unlike Harry and Meghan, okay, to come up with the ideas that they have, but they're not doing anything. But yet, they are freaking jealous of their accomplishment. Make it make sense to me. They have all the money in the world to make much more than what Harry and Meghan are doing in terms of work-wise. Look at how Harry... made with Invictus, okay? Is the thinking behind all the work. Invictus, they didn't even want to sponsor the Invictus. Harry, someone wrote on the comment where the money came from and all of that, okay? So Harry did what he had to do to make Invictus what it is now, because he felt he was passionate about it and make it a success. Look at the brother, okay? He's creating Earth Flap. The thinking behind both of them, you could see why one is more successful than the other. You could put as many people behind it as possible, but if the thinking behind it is not there, it's not going to be accomplished. When Earth Flap went to Boston, the people who's receiving the award, he didn't even invite them to come over. This simple task to the basic, okay? But he felt like flying some... I don't know what Beckham had to do with Earth Flap or some other celebrities had to do with Earth Flap, but they chartered them in to come into the Earth Flap. What? I don't know. It's the thinking behind it. They have all the money, they meaning the royal family, the Charles, the William, to do all the things being successful. But there's Harry who has the minimum, the least amount of money to make something positive, a charity positive, but the thinking behind it make it successful and he's passionate about it. Alright, so that's that. Okay, did this finish?
I can see the reasons. I think first it's very, very sad that Meghan and the children couldn't come with him. Also, it must be very sad deep down for the king, even though he welcomed Harry. And I think, yes, I can see that it's the right decision, but I think it's still a very sad day that the king, after all this is over, he'll be probably celebrating with his immediate family and his other 2 grandchildren.
Okay, I'm not feeling any damn thing about Charles, okay? He is so freaking mean to see that. Okay, if he really wanted everybody to come together and do all of that, if he really meant to be, or if he was generous with his decision making, okay, he could have picked any other day, okay, then except for the day of Archie's birthday. But he wants to divide, okay, wants to divide the Sussexes as much as he can, okay. So I'm not feeling one bit of a sorrow for him, because the choice that Harry is in is a really hard decision. They put him in and Harry made the best out of it.
And they're going to be asking questions in later years. Well, Mummy, what was it like? Or Daddy, what was it like? And they're never going to be part of the royal family, even though they are prince and princess, and they've done nothing wrong.
Let me ask Jenny, Kathy, are the 2 children, hang on, I want to go, George and Lilibet, no, wait a minute, Archie and Lilibet, are they on the invite list or not, Jenny?
Well, we don't know. The Buckingham Palace haven't said whether Princess Lilibet, as Harry and Meghan like them to be known.
I didn't catch that in the original recording.
Princess Lilibet, as Harry and Meghan like them to be known.
Like, Princess Lilibet and Prince Archie, like Meghan wants them to be known. Isn't what their title is? I didn't catch that. She sneaked that in her conversation. But isn't that the kid's title? Aren't Archie and Lily or Charles grandkids? Isn't that the rules that is applied? Isn't that their title? I mean, in the US, we really don't care. But in the UK, it seems like it's a big deal for you guys. So they should be known as what their titles entail. Damn, she sneaked that in as if, it's something out of the blue. Meghan wants her kids to have that. Isn't Archie and Lily or Harry's kids for them to have that title? My goodness, these people are vile over there.
Harry and Meghan like them to be known, whether they were invited or not. But they're really too young to sit through a long, long coronation service. I mean, with the best will in the world, this is going to go on probably for an hour and a half. So I think they'd be too young to. But they could have come over, of course. And Meghan could have had someone look after the children, and maybe Charles would very much enjoy playing with them afterwards.
No, we don't trust anybody. Okay, this is why learning is fundamental. What happened in South Africa with Archie's room? Okay, that's a lesson learned. We don't trust anybody around the royal family. Okay, lesson learned. And then second, throughout the leading to coronation, we're seeing headline, Meghan don't show up, all sort of negativity. We got the message, including when Piers Morgan told Meghan to go back to America.
If you want to be private, go back to America and live privately. It's pretty straightforward.
They got the memo. They got the memo. All right. So nobody should, Harry and Meghan should not leave the kids with anybody and with the royal family. Nobody. The courtiers, none.
I think Charles is going to be absolutely knackered after this long coronation service. Probably too tired to play with his grandchildren. But there was that option. Meghan has chosen to stay with the children. That's a mother's right, and that's absolutely fine. It is Archie's 4th birthday, after all.
Thank you so much, Jenny Bond. Always nice to see you. Take care. Kathleen.
Okay, let's see. How many more? Let's highlight this. Oh my god, there's a lot more. There's a lot more. Okay, these, did I just miss it? I think it was that one. Is that one?
It was the beginning of a truce. It seems it wasn't that. But you're right, to an extent, they kept a low profile, as they did at the Jubilee.
Okay, I think I did this one.
For Diana, what do you think?
Oh, you're asking me? Yeah, I think a lot of this is rerunning the Diana script, and
I think I listened to that already. Maybe it was that one.
Staying in California, it's I was going to say Lilibet's birthday. I'm having real baby confusion here. Archie's birthday, he'll be 4. We can speak to Paul in Staffordshire. Paul, do you think Meghan should be with him?
Morning, John. How are you, panel?
Not bad.
I think Meghan should, and the children should come to Britain to support King Charles when he does get crowned. I think, and it's good to see Harry there, Prince Harry there, so it's good to see that happen. Really.
So you would want her to be with Harry?
Eh? With Harry, yes, with Meghan there, yeah, it'd be better, really. So you can support him.
Are you worried, Paul, that if she came, there would be a bit of a distraction?
Well, I suppose it would be, but I think the big event, coronation, I think it'd be King Charles's day. I think it would just, I think it would be, like I said, it makes no difference. I think it's King Charles Day, and that's all matters really, because there's a sideline on the news headlines. That's all really.
And why do you think she's staying in California, Paul?
But I think it's a shame that, like I said, she's not to come to Britain. She should definitely come to Britain. So it's a big event for King Charles. And a pity that she's not here to support him, really.
Well, if Charles wanted Meghan to come, okay, all those meaningful things that they put on them, remove their security, remove Fragmore. Charles never wanted them to come anyway. Or whatever plan that he had, take Fragmore away from them, they could stay at the palace, whatever it wasn't working. Okay, there was nothing wrong when something is not broken. Okay, when something isn't broken, don't try to break it, try to fix it or something like that. Okay, Fragmore was fine for them. They did say, Harry and Meghan did say, whenever they're in the UK, they will use Fragmore as their headquarters. But Charles decided, nah, this should not be your headquarters. Alright, so they adjust. They have to adjust. Alright, so God is good.
The value as well there.
Which is, Jerry, thank you, Paul, so much. Brilliant. Imagine after the coronation, you have the canapes.
Okay, so this is gonna be on a video by itself because there's a lot of video clips.
Hello.
Hello. Now, what do you think? Should Meghan be coming?
No, I think Meghan is very brave for declining the invitation. I think she's stuck up for her husband and she's done everything that she needs to do. And now she's saying, you go deal with your toxic family. I want to stay with my children where I'm safe and I don't have to deal with your toxic family.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there was an Andrew element here. Does she, you know, you're going to have to be in a room with Prince Andrew? And you know, what?
No, I don't think that concerns her. I don't think that's the case. I just think that dealing with Camilla, Charles, William and Kate, she doesn't want to deal with the press as well. So she's happy where she is. And in regards to the booing, the people that should be worried about being booed is Charles and Camilla. He's egged and booed wherever he goes. It's not Meghan. Meghan is loved. She doesn't get booed. Prince Harry doesn't get booed. They are loved. And
I'm glad the person said that because that's what I've been seeing. People who post some videos on Twitter. Yeah, everywhere Charles goes is booed. They've been to eggs.
It's a good point. We have noticed on the phones people still upset about Diana, Jerry.
Yeah. The third person in the marriage, but that's a long time
not a long time ago. And also, I read somewhere that the number of street parties is only about 270, whereas for the Queen's Jubilee, it was about 15 to 1700.
Wow.
So that's quite an interesting fact.
I don't know whether it's a fact at all. It's the sort of thing, well, it's in the papers, but the Daily Mail.
No, it wasn't in the Daily Mail. It was in quite a serious newspaper.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh,
Have a look. Have a look.
Barbara, thanks for saying that. Barbara in Cheshire, hi. Should Meghan...
Okay, let's see this one now. 1 minute and 56 seconds.
Should Meghan be coming with Harry?
Good morning, Jeremy and the panel, especially Yasmin. I love listening to you. And thank you for reminding us about the awful Jeremy and Piers, who do seem to stir up a lot.
Clarkson, yeah, I was worried for a moment there.
Yeah, so was I.
Yes, I'm very glad that Harry's coming. I hope it will be healing in some way for the family. But I do understand that he and Meghan have got a little boy who's going to be 4, and it's very important that he sees at least one of his parents on his big day. And I find it hard to understand why this date was chosen for the coronation. It's not as though it's come as a surprise to Charles and his wife. I think they could have chosen a different day. They must have a birthday booked.
Are you suggesting that they thought, let's bang it in on Archie's birthday and cause it happen?
No, I'm not suggesting any malice here, but a huge oversight.
I don't know. I mean, you know, listen, a 4-year-old, I mean, I know Archie's important, but he can't be allowed to determine the date of the crowning of the new king of the UK, Britain, England, whatever it is.
But the thing is that the palace knew the date was Archie's birthday. That's Harry's son's first son. Why would they choose that date? There's 364 more days in the year. Why this one? And then they're blaming him for all sort of issues, this and that, or whatever.
No, if this were the only date possible, I would show a little bit more understanding.
Right.
But there are over 360 days in the year.
Thank you.
We could have found another date.
Thank you.
Also, because, as the last caller has just said, I think Meghan would have much more support than people think she would if she wanted to come. But it's important to her little boy that she's with him.
Sure.
Many of us still can't forget the sadness that Camilla put into Diana's life.
I walk into the house and stick my hand out to Camilla for the first time and think, phew, got over that. We were all upstairs and I was chatting away and I suddenly noticed that there was no Camilla, no Charles upstairs. So this disturbs me. So I make my way to go downstairs again. I know what I'm going to confront myself with. Try and stop me from going downstairs. Then I don't go down there. I'm just going to find my husband. I go downstairs, and there's a very happy little threesome going on downstairs. Camilla, Charles, and some other man who I don't really know, chatting away. So I thought, right, this is your moment. So I went and sat down, joining the conversation as though we were best friends. And I said, Camilla, I'd love to have a word with you if possible. And she looked really uncomfortable, put her head down. She said, oh yes, right. And I said to the two men, okay boys, just have a quick word with Camilla and I'll be up in a minute. And they shot upstairs like chickens with no heads. And I could feel upstairs all hell breaking loose. What was she going to do? So I said, Camilla, you have to sit down. So we sat down and I was terrified of her. And I said, Camilla, I'd just like you to know that I know exactly what's going on. And she said, I don't know what you're talking about. And I said, I know what's going on between you and Charles. And I just want you to know that. And she said to me, very interesting, she said to me, you've got everything you've ever wanted. All the men in the world fall in love with you. You've got 2 beautiful children, what more would you want? And I didn't believe what she said anyway. So I said, I want my husband. And she said, well, and she looked down the whole time. I said to Camilla, I'm sorry I'm in the way. I obviously am in the way. And it must be hell for both of you. But I didn't know what's going on, don't you? No, I can do. In the car on the way back, my husband was over me like a bad rash. I cried like I've never cried before. It was anger. It was 7 years of pent-up anger coming out. Cried. I didn't sleep that night. And the next morning I woke up.
And so the enthusiasm for her being called the Queen of England is very, very low.
We referred slightly to that. Thank you, Barbara. Gina in London, hi.
Look how quickly he cut her off too. All right, there's more. 49 seconds.
London, hi.
Morning.
What do you think?
I don't think Harry should have attended, but I can understand why he did. I'm glad Meghan hasn't turned up because she would have been bullied, criticised, and it would have been awful for her. And secondly, it's her son's birthday. As the last caller said, why did they have the coronation on Archie's birthday? I know you said that they should not stop it because of him. I think, no, it's his grandson, it's the king's grandson, no matter what. And I think they should have picked another date for it.
Okay, so people saying, the date, has landed badly. Thank you, Gina. One more. Kathy Wakefield, hi.
Hi.
Who would you want to come? Harry, Meghan, or both? London, hi.
Morning.
What do you think?
I don't think Harry should have attended, but I can understand why he did. I'm glad Meghan hasn't turned up because she would have been bullied, criticised, and it would have been awful for her. And secondly, it's her son's birthday. As the last caller said, why did they have the coronation on Archie's birthday? I know you said that they should not stop it because of him. I think, no, it's his grandson, it's the king's grandson, no matter what. And I think they should have picked another date for it.
Okay, so people saying, the date, has landed badly. Thank you, Gina. One more. Kathy Wakefield, hi.
Hi.
Who would you want to come? Harry, Meghan, or both? London, hi.
Oh,
what do you think?
Shit, it's playing it over. All right, this is the last one. Let's listen.
I think if Meghan were to come, just thinking you're in her shoes, a very anxious day.
It'd be very anxious.
Stressful. I would be
awful.
You'd be really like, where is this going?
And all the cameras would be on
when
her.
Camilla has been so treacherous.
Has Camilla been treacherous?
Yes, Camilla has been absolutely treacherous. We know now that there has been, and Harry said it, that they were leaking stuff to the press, and she was one of them who had befriended people like
you're still
no evidence of that at all. It's all press speculation.
A woman that Harry says in his book he feels has long plotted from when his mother was alive.
That's not what he used to say, Yasmin. He was actually very pro Camilla. Both boys were very pro Camilla.
No, but not in his book. Have you read his book?
I've read his book.
No,
but
you haven't read his book because that book
goes in and out.
But initially he was reported very clearly and said on air that he was pro Camilla. But now he's changed.
Because he grew up.
No, because he wants to sell a book.
He was 12 years old. This woman came into his life officially 2 years later. I'm sorry.
He dumped on his family, which is appalling. absolutely appalling.
I mean, he
dumped on his brother, which is.
You mean this guy is preferring listening to a 12-year-old version? Okay, 12-year-old. Harry was 12 when the mom passed and stuff like that. Whatever the father put in his head to say to the camera, he will say. Now he's an adult. He analyzed things, and Harry said, you know, Camilla will leave dead bodies because she's very dangerous, and we see it. People see it. We all see it.
Appalling.
You think that this family is wonderful?
I never said they're wonderful.
No, I'm asking.
They're a family. Most families are a bit dysfunctional.
What do you
Unfortunately,
mean?
you get it in a
Are they
megaphone,
dysfunctional? Are they
technicolor.
wonderful? Are they wonderful?
I don't think they're particularly wonderful.
No,
They've got a
thank you.
ghastly job to do.
They are
Quite
a ghastly
normal.
lot.
I don't know. You think
They're
they're a ghastly
ghastly
lot?
They're a ghastly lot.
All right. Coronation coming. This debate continues, of course. We'll take a different side.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Glow. All of a sudden, Jeremy is using Meghan's title. This is not gonna go the way media think it's gonna go. Majority of the public are finally seeing what has really been going on, and it's not what they were led to believe. All right, same person who was crying about someone potentially harming him is directly inciting people to attack Meghan. Okay, who's that? Every time Jeremy Vine is vile, decided to come for Princess Meghan. Oh, is that him? Okay, Meghan feel it's my duty to remind that he knows what he's doing to her. Alright, I'm not gonna play. I don't recall Meghan ever been booed, but I recall Charles and his side chicks getting booed and egg thrown at them. Tell me who's well loved. Okay, thank you so much for doing this brilliant watch. The royal family will still not get the attention they want. Look at how much Harry and Meghan are talked about now. During the coronation, it will be on Harry with comment about Meghan. Thanks for posting this. It's clear the British media has failed to sway the public against Harry and Meghan. So who they gonna blame for the booze now? Okay, thanks, Glow. Okay, there's been enough booze for Not My King and his consort. They are projecting. Yeah, that's what they're doing. They don't know who they're gonna blame the thing to, so they start projecting. Alright, so that's it. There's more comment, but I need to move on because so there's a receipt. Look at it. You could pause and read. My family is home. My husband just came back from work. I don't know. I'm gonna cut the spot, but I was screaming at my oldest. Alright, there's some comments here. The new tweet, there's that. The timing seemed very suspicious, and this. So some people are, I think there was some stuff I retweet, people are commenting. Alright, so that's it. No prayers. I did a prayer earlier. I'm gonna use it on the thumbnails, and this will be 2. Number 2, first one was this morning. I think it's not uploaded yet. Alright, so that's it.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. together. And if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.